Hey, this is Brendan Toller, director of the feature film Danny Says, the man behind the Ramones, the Stooges, Velvet Underground, Doors, and so many more. It's on iTunes September 30th. Check it out.
You're always looking for sexy, but smart is sexy.
Danny Says is about Danny Fields. He was a rock and roll mover and shaker. He's the guy who really opened up the gate for alternative culture to really hit the mainstream.
Danny was a catalyst for a lot of people.
Lou Reed, Iggy, the whole Warhol gang. He seemed to be at the pulse of the underground.
It just amazed me that Danny was at the right place, right time, so many times.
All of the bands that were in Danny's universe had a great influence.
So he would regale me with, Stooges stories and stories of managing the Ramones. And I thought, man, the world needs this.
Danny's a connector, like a fuel line. It's a place where things are liable to erupt.
He took thousands of photos in the 60s and 70s that had never been seen before. There's a lot of archival footage. So the film's sort of peppered with a lot of these extremely intimate and rare moments with Iggy Pop and Lou Reed.
All that publicity about the Doors, you made all that happen. And he said, no, which is, of course, the brilliant publicist way to answer that question.
I approached Danny Fields about, possibly doing a documentary in 2009. Plenty of authors and plenty of filmmakers have asked. Andy Warhol has it in his diaries. He says, I want to tape Danny Fields' life story. Andy would pass away 6 weeks later after that, so that never came to fruition. It was sort of a shocker when he said yes.
Here I was with this magazine. John Lennon said, more popular than Jesus. What did I do? Didn't have to put Jesus Christ on the top of the page. Those are the little things I do to make trouble. That's my life story.
We interviewed over 60 people. We probably shot over 100 hours with Danny Fields in his apartment. So that should speak to, how well this is carved.
We did so many terrible things to blacken Danny's reputation.
I don't know that, anyone else would have seen Iggy Pop screaming in face paint in a maternity dress, over a vacuum cleaner and said, that's my guy.
Yeah.
The Stooges did not have songs written and Iggy was strung out. Danny screamed, go to the hotel tonight and write songs. I Want to Be Your Dog, 1969, all of that came out of one night's production.
This is the story of a man inventing himself and inventing a culture.
The Ramones knocked me over like atomic wind. I just said right away, I want to be your manager.
This film is a perfect example of how to be a trendsetter rather than a trend follower.
This was a guy who would look at something that nobody else was really ready to see, and he'd say, this should be everywhere.
South by Southwest was amazing, and at the last minute, Danny showed up, and we were reading the amazing Variety review in the bar right after. It was just a great culmination of years and years of work.
He's been handmaiden to the gods, some of the most important people in music.
Even today, Danny Fields is telling all his friends about the next hot thing.
Life isn't long enough to see everything that happens. It takes more time than that when it comes to things that will endure.
Nothing was ever the same. This music went on to take over the world.